Hey friends! Welcome to my channel, The Living Sanctuary. If you haven't been here before, this is my channel where I talk about my thoughts, my feelings, some life lessons that I've been learning along the way. I hope that you stay and take what you need. So if you're new to the channel, just to give you a little detail of where I'm at now, I am a 30-something-year-old lady who got laid off this year and is trying new things and just figuring out this thing called life. And as I'm coming up on my 6-month mark of being laid off and trying new things, I was thinking about what got me here, because when I got laid off I was honestly super stoked about it. I was miserable at my job and was really wanting a break and some release, and so it had me thinking, how did I even get to this point of being so miserable at my job that I was actually literally praying for a layoff. And it probably started around 3 years ago, and I remember it distinctly, of this aha moment. My husband and I were on a walk with our dogs, beautiful scenery, and we were talking, well, mainly I was talking about work, and my husband turned around and looked at me and he said to me, "Look at where we're at. This past 30 minutes, the only thing you have talked about is work." Needless to say, I was shocked and a little taken aback. But I could tell by his frustrated tone that it was something that was bothering him, and honestly not the first time we've had this conversation of work taking up most of my brain space no matter where I was at. Which then made me think about how much I wasn't being present in my life outside of work, and also the amount of time that I was devoting to a job that wasn't really all that important in the grand scheme of things. And as these questions started coming up and the realization started happening, I started to spiral a bit. Because I had such a hard time not focusing on work, that made me think, who am I without my work? Who was I outside of work? And I didn't know the answer to these questions. And it really bothered me. So I started to rediscover myself. I did all the things. I read too many or maybe just enough self-help books. Did yoga, meditation, went on wellness retreats, you name it. I did it to really find myself. And the great thing, and also the maybe not so great thing, was that I did find myself. I found that I was so much more than the work I was putting out for corporate America. And I did have dreams that didn't involve me being a corporate girly. And with this new discovery of self came the overarching theme of my life lately, which was fear. Oh, fear. And don't get me wrong, fear has its place in our life. It does keep us safe. And also it can be irrational, like most of our emotions. I felt like a Greek tragedy. I felt like Icarus. And I was afraid that if I decided to reach for my dreams, I would go too close to the sun and get burnt. And so I tried to, unsuccessfully, bury my dreams and my desires down and keep on grinding, because that was safe. That's what I knew was going to provide for myself and my family. And I find that God, or however you may, the creator, the universe, whatever speaks to you, finds a way to help you overcome your fears by making you extremely uncomfortable. And that is what happened. I felt this overarching sense of anxiety and doom every time I went to work. The company structure was changing. Personally, I felt that there was less integrity in the work, and there were layoffs after layoffs. My layoff was not the first layoff, nor the last, and so my once stable ground was now shaken. And so I did what any rational person would do, and I prayed. I prayed every day. I sat in meditation every day because I didn't know what else to do. And I really wanted to have faith. And I know faith without works is dead. So I started planning as well as praying. I was saving as much money as possible, investing in myself, and truly just hoping for the best. And then the magical thing happened. I got laid off, and I got a severance package. And so it turned out a lot better than I thought it would be, because I thought I was just going to have to rage quit because I was just so unhappy there. And now that I've ended a chapter, there is still that fear. I feel as if I'm in a void waiting for my new beginning to start, while still, of course, pursuing opportunities to make sure that I don't miss any open doors. I say all this to say is that this battle of uncertainty and control and fear really helped me work through all of those emotions. Not to say that I'm perfect and I don't have trouble with them now, but it really did help me change my relationship with fear, in that now if I feel fear towards something, I question it rather than just go with it. You know, is this fear serving me? Is it helping me? Is it protecting me? Or is it a signal that I need to dig deeper? Is it a signal that I need to push forward? Ginger said, F that fear. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I still sweat when I record these videos. I'm still incredibly nervous. I'm just trying to get into the habit of doing it anyway, doing it despite the fear. I feel like that's what most of my videos come down to, is just fight that fear. But what about y'all? How do you deal with your fear? Do you have your dog come up and sniff your face and tell you that she loves you, like mine does? Or do you have some other coping mechanisms? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe and share to your family, friends, and your dogs. Send them to all your pets. Tell your cat I said pss, pss, pss. So, bye for now. And like always, peace, love, and blessings.